Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about the LED mod and how we can apply it to the PS3 Slim switchboard, the power board here. And if you don't know, to get to it, you know, there's a couple videos, there's a lot of videos out there. And if I don't already have a video up, I will do one myself and show how to get the board off. It's really easy. You just have to take the top lid of the PS3 off. But once you get that off, you're gonna have 3 screws. 1, 2, and 3, and you just take those off, and then the board is going to come right off just like that. Now there's about, I think, 2 or 3 revisions of the power and eject button board for the PS3. This one in particular is a DSW001. This is probably the easiest board that you can do the LED mod on. And why, you may ask? Because as you can see right there, there's already 3 LEDs on there. And these ones are going to have your blue and your red. Now, some of the other board revisions do not have those. Or if there's a spot for them, and so you'll have to install your own LEDs, or they'll have these 2 here on the left-hand side. And what you'll have to do is use a hot air station to remove the lower one here and move it over to that spot, that empty spot right there. So that's kind of hard, because with these, once you take a soldering iron to it, they tend to melt and break, and they're just not easy to remove. So you need a hot air station to be able to utilize these ones. Now, if you have your own, then that's a different story. It's a little bit easier, but you do need to have some soldering skills to get that done. Now, with this board revision, you do not need to do that. We can actually just flip it over, and you'll be able to solder on the points. And what you're going to do is 1 point here and 1 point here. And then you're going to run your wires across to this filter right here. Oops, sorry. And you're going to solder to this connection here and this connection right here at the tip. So this side with the 2 here. So that's what that's going to look like, those points that I just showed you. You're going to solder to this point here and this point here, only those 2. And then we're going to come over to this side. See if I can get that. And then you're going to do this point right here and this point right here. All right. So now you may be asking which point goes to which. So if we're looking at the filter from this angle here, so you have the rounded top here and then the square at the bottom. So this point here, closest to you, closest to the squared edge, right here, is going to go to this point here that I am touching, right in the middle. All right. This point here at the end is going to come all the way along. And that's going to go to the top point. Right there, this one. So I'm gonna get that solder and I'll show you what it looks like.
So a couple things. I apologize. The camera apparently was not recording when I did the right side of the board, but I am gonna do a little close up and I'll show you that. But the other thing is, as you can see here, I'm trying to fish the wire in between the board and the plastic housing. It's not needed. I actually found out after that it actually causes you more headache trying to get it to fit in there. If you actually just route it in a way that it's not interfering with anything on the PlayStation shell itself, then it can actually just sit loosely under the board, and it should just pop right back into place. But you can kind of just place the fitment on there and see how it works and see what works best for you. But this way that I'm showing you right now actually did not work out that well. The two spots where the little humps are in the middle, it ended up causing some binding issues and was damaging the wires. So I ended up just taking them out and just leaving them the way that they are, but loosely.
It ain't much, but it's honest work. All right, let's get it installed. Okay, so once you have your refurbished PS3, you are going to plug it back in. Okay, once that's in, then you just drop it down. You go front trim first, and then back in. Like that. And then everything should be sitting nice and flush. If it's not, then the wire is getting hung up on something and you can pop it back out. I'm gonna clean this up. Make sure it's not bulging anywhere. Everything's lined up. The buttons click. Before putting the top lid back on, this would actually be a good point to plug it in and make sure that this LED lights up, this one lights up, and this one is functioning as you like, and then put the top lid back on. As long as everything was done correctly and there's no shorts. There we go. Should get your standby light. I was kind of scared for a second there, it wasn't starting. And then should boot right up. Very nice. So then now when we shut it down, you get the standby light. And that's all there is to it. If you found this helpful, I'm going to go ahead and do the other revisions of the boards. I have a couple other PS3s that I'm going to refurbish, clean, and do the LED mod to. And if they're different than this board, I'll also be recording that and showing the points on those as well. So if you like it, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you.